So welcome to Sunday morning yoga therapy. And today we are working with the mind and emotions. So we're going to be doing a little bit more breath work and meditation work. So just to let you know that. And we're going to, in terms of the body, we're going to work with the whole body. So hands at the heart. Inhale, arms at the sides. Visualize that sun of the heart expanding, radiating all directions. Exhale, gather in that light back to the source of the heart, bow the head to the heart. And keep this going in your own timing. Your own timing. The visualization helps you do that. If it doesn't, just focus on the breath. Like you can start adding some sound. Ujjayi Pranayama, constricting the throat. Or maybe some humming breath for Mari. Feel the effect of the sound in your whole body. If you like adding Om, as you exhale. Om. And it doesn't have to be with me. Imagine we're all in a room together and you just hear this sea of Oms. Om. When you're ready, perhaps making an intention linked to the mind emotions for yourself. I use the word bhavana today to talk about this. Bhavana is intention, felt and sensed intention. It might have a visualization, it might have a phrase. So for example, may I be filled with endless joy. Or it might be something a little bit more grounded, like may I feel relaxed and at peace. Just pick something that works for you. I'd just like to acknowledge that this practice comes from ancient India. It's over 4,000 years old. To acknowledge the indigenous culture from whence it comes. And I'm just going to chant Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. This is to honor the teachers that have come before us who have brought us this knowledge. And a real teacher is someone who points you towards your own teacher, your own guru, your own wisdom. That's the point of yoga. It's not about religion. It's about connecting to your deepest self, whatever you want to call that. So you can join me if you like. Some of you will know this from our in-person classes. I wanted to bring it back. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. One more time. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. In my daily practice, I do a longer chant, but the essence of it is that, and it ends with that. If you want to bring that into your practice, just to connect to the lineage of yoga, all those great yogis, download some of their wisdom. Inhale, arms coming up at the sides and perhaps overhead. Exhale, arms coming down, and you can bend your knees if you like and release the neck and shoulders. And then I'm going to bring the arms front. Inhale, arms coming front. And I'm going to tuck the chin in, Jalandhara Bandha. And exhale, arms coming down. And you can bend the knees, release the neck and shoulders if you like as a modification for the legs and the upper back. Just keep this going your own timing. So this is a simple practice I invite you to do through the holiday season, through all the busyness. This pose, Samastiti we're starting with, even standing, and moving into Tadasana, arms up, which is translated as mountain pose by some traditions. In my tradition, it's translated as palm tree. Just keep that going, your own timing. Coordinating breath and movement, pausing between inhale and exhale. Today I'm going to try to keep instruction light and invite you to have the experience of yoga through the power of presence and awareness. Always lengthen those pauses between the inhale and exhale to prepare for pranayama. And just finishing up. And that could be a practice that you do anytime during the day, just that. Doesn't even need a counter pose. We're going to keep going, Tadasana coming up on the toes. And this is another one you can do anytime during the day as a yoga break. Inhale coming up. I know that's one of the hardest things to do, is take a break. I do find pain is a great motivator, but I have to say it's nice not to have to be motivated by pain in order to practice. So we're just going to do the classical pose up and down. I invite you to add the nyasam if you want, the finger movement. Inhale, the finger going up the thumb, and exhale, the finger going down the thumb if you want, if you remember how that all works. You can just touch the fingertips. Let's keep that going. practicing being present. So when a thought arises, just go back to the coordination of breath and movement. And perhaps focus on some aspect of the pose that you want to bring your attention to. And just finishing up when you're ready, when you've finished whatever you're doing. If you like, you can just stand for a minute and put your hands in a mudra called Yana Mudra. Some of you will know this. So with the fingertip and thumb together, the index finger. And Yana means wisdom. When it's facing up, it's said to be more energizing. Facing down, it's sometimes called Prithvi Mudra. It's more grounding. And just stand here in Samastiti, perhaps in some expression of that, to ground, hands down, to uplift, hands up. Just observe the natural rise and fall of the breath. Perhaps put the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. Feel the breath move into the nostrils, down to the expanding belly, and exhale. The belly relaxing and the breath going up and out. Inhale in and down, exhale up and out. Okay, let's move into some side movement. That's another practice you can do at any time during the day. You can do a standing meditation. Inhale, arms coming up by your sides. And exhale, coming to one side. You can do this at the wall if you like. And your arms, again, they can be anywhere that feels good for you. Inhale, center. And exhale the other side. So again, you can do this one arm movement that we've been working with, or you can keep your palms together. So just pick a version that works for your body. Really draw the belly in as you exhale and try to keep your shoulders aligned. Just do whatever version feels best for you. Perhaps after repeating 3 to 6 times, you stay on one side and breathe a little longer. So make that choice if you like. You might change your arm position when you do that, and you might also step one of your feet over the other. I like to step the same one as the side I'm on, but some people like the opposite, so play with that. This is great for opening the rib cage and working the lower back. Come out of it anytime and go to the other side. When you feel complete, some of you might want to do longer on one side because you've got more tightness on one side. So feel free to do that. I was cooking this morning. I was listening to our CBC radio Quarks and Quarks, which I've been listening to since I was a kid. It's a science podcast. I was talking about, one of the stories was talking about aging and how as we age, the muscles don't regenerate as well, and often we form scar tissue instead of muscle after injury. So hopefully a way to decrease that scar tissue formation is to stretch, but I need to look into that. So that was my thought. Inhale up, it certainly feels that way to me. Exhale, hands coming down. So stretching the fascia, the connective tissue through the practices. All right, so we're going to move into our triangle. On the left first. If you prefer, you can start with your right, if that feels better for you. And inhale, arms coming up, shoulder height. Exhale, coming to the side, finding that triangle, finding all the triangles in your body. Draw the belly in. This is a core exercise as well. And inhale, coming up, exhale, coming down. We're just going to do that. Now, this hand here, you can bring it to your hip or lower back if that feels better in your body, if you get better alignment of the shoulders. So keep that in mind as an option, or if you have one shoulder that's higher than the other, you might want to bring your hand back and loop that shoulder down. So I'm just going to keep that as an option. Keep drawing the belly in as hard as you can as you do that exhale. And you can take that break in between. I see some of you doing that, just bringing your arms down at the end of the movement. You can do that. Some of you might be ready to stay now. You can keep it moving or stay, your choice. Just decide which works better for you. Now your head, try not to let it droop. Nice and long. And some of you will look up to the sky. If you want more support, you can hold on to the shin, get more support that way to get your shoulders aligned, or you can use a block. And when you're ready, coming out of it, you inhale. Exhale, feet parallel, hands down. Other side. Inhale, arms coming up. And exhale, coming down. Just keep this going up and down. And again, if you want, you can take that break in between. Exhale, hands coming down. You might energetically enjoy that piece. So I invite you to do that. I tend to like just going back and forth. But in Chennai, in the later part of Krishnamacharya's work, not the earlier, they do take this pause in between just to kind of reset. It's quite beautiful in terms of mindfulness. Play with those pauses between inhale and exhale, and after you've done 3 to 6 rounds, you might decide to stay. And remember that top arm, you can always loop that shoulder back and down, hand on the lower back, palm up or down, hand on the hip. Can extend that lower arm to a table or chair if you've got some shortness on that side, so that is an option. For those of you with scoliosis and you've got some concavity on that side, you can always do that. For my body actually feels quite amazing. You can do the same with the other arm. That's even more challenging. Be careful with that one. Remember, you're really working the strength of your spine and your core. And when you're ready, coming up, exhale, release. Okay, moving right into a rotation. Uttita Trikonasana, Paravritti We're going to do twisted version. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, we're going to go right towards our left right away. Just aligning those shoulders. I'm going to keep my hand on my lower back. You could have it to the sky. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Modification, you can bend the knee to create more space and also work with tracking of the knees. If you've got some arthritis in your knees, that might feel good to always bring in that bend of the knees. It's one of the reasons I do that. I know a lot of you have got various forms of arthritis in the knees. I'm just working on that tracking of the kneecap. And when you're ready, you might be able to go a little bit further down to below the knee. Try to keep the hips stable as you twist the upper body. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. So whatever version you take, try to align those shoulders. So it's not working for you, come with your hand in the center, and it's actually really nice with a block to push away or a chair. Some of you might choose this version that I'm showing now with a block and be in the center. Now, I'm just going to show the classical for a minute in case some of you that's accessible. Hips are stable, twisting the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, untwist, head, neck, upper back, middle back, lower back. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls, rotate head, neck, and shoulders to comfort. You can look straight ahead or up or even down. Keep those hips stable. Inhale, untwist the head, neck, upper back, middle back, lower back, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. So whatever version of this pose you're doing now, pick that. Okay, I'm just going to show the classical, but do whatever version you like. We're going to just do breath work with this pose. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, coming to your left. That works for you. Now hold the breath after exhale. Draw the belly in and up and hold. 1, 2. Inhale, coming up. Untwisting from the head down. Exhale, twisting from the pelvic floor up. Hold. 1, 2. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands down. We're going to take that break in between. We're going to hold a little longer this time. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, coming to the side. Hold 3 seconds. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, other side. Hold. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Okay, we're going to keep going. Some of you will be able to add on a longer hold. So next round, 4 seconds and then 5 seconds. If it's too much, skip the hold or do a shorter hold, okay? So we're going to do 2 more times, 2 more rounds, left and right. Okay, left, right is 1 round. In your own time or with me. Inhale. Exhale, just keep going your own timing. I'm going to stop calling it out.
When you're done, just go to Samastiti and stand in mountain pose for a moment, rest.
Just go into your Yana Mudra, sometimes called Chin Mudra as well. Palms up or down. Perhaps remember your bhavana, your intention. If there's a visualization, you can bring that to mind. If there's an affirmation or a Sanskrit mantra, if you're working with that, you can bring that to mind. Just focus on the natural rise and fall of the breath without controlling it. The mantra I like to use for this meditation is just inhale, am, exhale, whatever my word is, peace, joy, love. One syllable word. And when you're ready, we're going to do our counter pose, Ukatasana, or you can just do a forward bend if you prefer. If you don't like squatting, and don't mind, it can be a challenge. I'm going to start with an easy version because I know some of you have knee issues. So very simple version, which actually works with strengthening the muscles around the knees and tracking. Inhale, arms at the side. So I'm just going to show this progressively, and I'm going to do the side movement for neck and shoulders. Exhale, I want you to hug that imaginary tree. I was thinking of a big cedar tree in our West Coast forest. Whatever you have, some of you in other parts of the world, there might be other trees. I'm looking at my knees, tracking over second toes. Inhale, coming up. This is Arda Ukatasana, half squat. You could do this by sitting on a chair and coming up and down. We did that this term. That's an option. Really drawing from the pelvic floor up, working with the bandhas, Mula Bandha, the root lock from the pelvic floor to the belly button. Uddiyana Bandha is the stomach drawing in and up. And the last one, Jalandhara Bandha, is the chin coming towards the chest. You can do it a little bit. So bend, bring the chin in. Now, if you want to move on to the full squat, I invite you to just do it your own power, or if you need a lift like I do, you can use something to put your heels on. You can also do this at the wall. Just slide your back down the wall, okay? So inhale, I'm also going to bring my arms coming up front. Inhale, I'm going to interlock my fingers, and exhale, I'm going to sit down. Now, one of my young colleagues who teaches, he teaches it with the arms like this. So you can do that as well. I personally like this version better. It's how I learned, and it was in my first practice. I modified by bringing the hands down at the end of the exhale for the neck and shoulders and lower back. Gives my back lots of nice traction. Inhale, coming up. Again, if this is not accessible for your knees, do what I did earlier, just the half squat. Okay, inhale up, exhale down. Or squat at the wall. In this version, you move the arms first in line with the ears. And it's like someone's lifting you up in a basket. Your arms are like the handle of a wicker basket.
This one is very nice for creating some traction in the lower back.
At home, if you've got a balcony around that you can hold on to, you can do that. You can hold on to a rail and get that. Some people can do it that way.
This is a fairly challenging pose, so just be careful.
And at the last one, we're going to have a seat, and I am going to grab my blanket. Actually, I realize that I'm plugging my light here, so that might be a good idea. So just have a seat. I'm going to grab a blanket to put under my heels because they do not like being on this floor, I've learned. So you might sit on a rug. I'm just going to use a little blanket here to make my life easy. We're just going to do some pranayama right here. So today I thought it'd be fun to do some practice and then some meditation pranayama between the practices, okay? Now you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on a chair, you can sit in kneeling position, you can put blocks under the knees to help with tight hips. This can feel quite nice. It depends on you. Just gonna come forward a bit, maybe back a bit. There we go. See better. Okay, so whatever your medicine is, that. We're just going to do simple pranayama. Inhale, throat. Exhale, left nostril. So the mudra for the breathing is first two fingers down, other two fingers up, or you can modify by just creating some beaks with your hands, okay? So just that. Inhale, throat, Ujjayi Pranayama. Exhale, left nostril. Half close that left nostril. Inhale, Ujjayi Pranayama, both nostrils. Exhale, right nostril. Now I switch hands back and forth because I want that movement from my neck and shoulders to be even. Classically, it's just the right hand, so you can choose. So do this in your own timing. This is called Viloma Ujjayi Pranayama. Pick a ratio, inhale 4 to 10 seconds, exhale the same. And you can hold after inhale and or exhale as well. After you've done around 12 rounds, we're going to finish. Just rest and go to your meditation when you're complete. You might finish before. Just listen to your body and your breath.
Just finishing in your own time, perhaps doing that Yana Mudra, the thumb and index finger together. Observing the rise and fall of the breath. It's a more subtle level of pranayama. Incorporate some dharana, the next limb of yoga. We have 8 limbs of yoga. First 2 have to do with ethics and self-care. Next one is the asanas, the postures. 4th is pranayama, the breath work. Move into pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. And working on concentrating on something, on one thing. Could be an object of meditation, could be the breath, could be a picture, something you visualize. Could be an idea, a concept. Meditate on a concept as well. So concentration lengthens, it's called meditation. Dhyanam. And finally, samadhi is a deeper level of absorption. It has 4 stages. Simple starting point is often just observing the rise and fall of the breath and the feeling of the breath entering the body and exiting the body. How it moves the spine. Perhaps adding a layer of mantra, inhale so, exhale hum, or inhale tat, exhale sat, that truth. Or English, inhale am, exhale peace, joy, love. Feel complete. Let's give your legs a stretch. Some of you will be able to do a forward bend, others not. If you can't, always bend your knees and just come forward like this. Inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, hugging your knees. You can also put blocks or a bolster under the legs. I don't teach seated poses very much because they're not accessible to many of my students, but if you like, and you can do this from a chair as well. If you're in a chair, you can just go up and down the chair. Pashimatanasana, the stretching of the west of the body. And you want to keep the spine nice and long. And then round the upper back, neck, and shoulders at the end. So again, if your belly's not coming to the thighs when you exhale, keep your legs bent. And having a prop can be really helpful.
When you're ready, take your time. We're going to do one last round of standing poses before we come completely to the floor. And back to another round of pranayama meditation. So this is just a lot of transferring up and down. So we're going to do some back arches. This is also counter. After doing a forward bend, you want to do some sort of back arch bridge pose. You could do that. We're just going to go right into warrior pose. So left foot forward, right foot back. Inhale, arms at the sides. And exhale, give yourself a hug. Just keep that going. I realize my light still didn't make it on. There we go. Okay, good. So I'm doing a back arch, arm side, and exhale, and giving myself a hug. If you're ready, you can stay in the pose, arms at the side if you like, or you could bring your arms up overhead. I'm going to keep mine at the side. And I'm going to exhale, drop my shoulder blades, draw my ribs in, and then inhale, bring my thumbs back a bit more. I'm going to look up a little bit. Exhale, keep my head neutral, drop those shoulder blades. And inhale, perhaps looking up a little bit, expanding that back arch. And when you're ready, stepping back, switching sides. Inhale, arms at the sides. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Inhale, arms sides, thumbs back perhaps, or you can have the palms down if that feels better for your neck and shoulders. Exhale, rounding the upper back. Play with trying to cross your arms the opposite way. It will feel weird. I'm going to try that. I find it very hard, but it's good for the brain. Good challenge. This pose is for the upper back, neck, and shoulders. And then staying here if you like. The arms could be up. Exhale, drop the shoulder blades down, inhale up, or arms at the side, inhale, exhale, drop the shoulder blades, inhale, expand, exhale, drop, your choice. Draw that belly in as you exhale. This is very helpful for those of you with asthma, allergy issues. Prepares the breath for pranayama. And finishing up, exhaling. And your samastiti. I just thought I'd go into those hips a little bit, but let's do a forward bend first. Inhale, arms coming up, sides or front. So front is more for lower back, sides more upper back. Exhale, forward bend. Uttanasana. Like a waterfall, a wave coming down as you exhale. Inhale, hinging from the hips, arms side or in line with your ears coming up. You can always bend your knees. You can always come halfway down or all the way down. I'm going to take that break in between, that samastiti piece. Keep this going your own timing. You can also interlock the fingers if that feels good for you. As you come up and down, you can add that interlocked finger movement if you want. Doing this 3 to 6 times, and then perhaps staying at the bottom. When you get to the bottom, hands on the floor, chair, blocks. Classically, hands beside the feet. In our tradition anyway. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rooting down. Your choice. I'm adding that stiti. I'm going to hold my big toes as I do this. You could hold the chin, the shins rather. I like to bend my knees on the exhale to give some traction to my lower back. You can try that. Maybe just stay in the pose, semi-inversion. And here I usually just do a meditation breath awareness. You could keep lengthening your exhale if you can. It's a little hard. Inhale, let, exhale, go. If you're doing that meditation breath, inhale, Om, exhale, Namo. That's the Sanskrit. And I think we find ourselves back at the floor, so let's just sit down. That'll be our last round of standing. So having a seat, we're going to do the other end of that pranayama. So deciding on how you want to sit again. Maybe your hips feel a little more warmed up after that warrior work. So we're going to do the Viloma Ujjayi Pranayama. This is inhale, left nostril. Again, half closed. Exhale, both nostrils. Inhale, right nostril. Exhale, both nostrils. Okay, so this side of the breath is more invigorating. It's more Brahmana. It's more activating. So it'll wake you up a bit. The other one was more relaxing. Okay, so your choice. If you don't want to do this, you just want to do the relaxing one. It's inhale, nostrils, extra. Inhale, both nostrils, exhale, left. Inhale, both, exhale, right. We're doing right now together, perhaps.
Viloma, Ujjayi, Pranayama. Inhale left, exhale both, inhale right, exhale both. Your own timing, pick a ratio, 4 to 12 seconds. Hold after inhale if you like. If you want to add on to that activation. Hold after inhale, same length as your inhale or half the length. And classically, just the right hand, I'm going side to side, switching hands for neck and shoulders. Doing around 12 rounds, left to right being 1 round. You might do less whenever you feel complete. Just observe the natural rise and fall of the breath as a way to meditate. And perhaps finishing up soon, your choice. Sometimes 6 rounds is plenty to start with, or even just 3. Like put the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. This is called Jihwa Manda, the tongue walk. I find this very helpful for meditation. There's a feeling of opening in the head, the pranas or the energies of the head kind of open as you do that walk with the tongue. Linking the throat chakra to the 3rd eye. Observing that rise and fall of the breath from the nostrils down to the belly, inhale, the belly up and out through the nostrils, inhale, in and down, exhale, up and out. Adding a mantra if you like. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum, that which I am. Inhale, tat. Exhale, sat, that truth which I am. Inhale, om. Exhale, namo, I surrender, I let go. Or English, inhale, let. Exhale, go. Or bringing something new in, inhale, am. Exhale, use your word. Peace, love, joy, etc. Always lie down if you've had enough sitting too. If you want to lie down, feel free to do your meditation lying down. When you're ready, stretching out those legs. Again, you can have them bent and just do this. You can do this in a chair or on the floor. Inhale, open, exhale, release forward. You can also add a block, a couple of blocks, bolsters under the legs. And come forward. Inhale. Exhale, the arms can be also overhead. This is much harder. This is classical. Inhale up, exhale down. You can take that in between breath as well. And come to Dandasana, staff pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, starting position. So again, modification, arms side. And if you're ready, you can stay in the forward bend. Do your sthiti if you like, just like we did in our standing forward bend. It's called Pashimatanasana. It's a tough pose for many, so be careful. I don't teach it often. You can do this seated in a chair. Most people, I know all of you can do that. You might be ready to stay in the pose. Always put a block under the forehead. When you're ready, you're not already there, come onto your back. So I hope you found some way to do that pose. Either lying on your back, knees to chest, or that version. Okay, there's lots of forward bends. So now we're gonna go onto the back. You're gonna be very happy about this. We're gonna do the counter pose to Vipattapitam to the forward bend. I'm gonna angle my camera down so get comfortable while I do that. That looks pretty good. Okay, show you plenty. So lying down, you want to angle your cameras down too so I can see you better. That's great. Okay, great. Okay, all right. So, Vipattapitam bridge. Put that block between your legs, if you like. Inhale, lifting the hips up. I've got my toes at the wall. Exhale, coming down. Or if you'd like, adding the arms, inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, coming down. So just pick your version of that. So you have the arms going up and down, or just leave the arms down. And some of you might now stay in the pose. Do those cactus arms. You can hold the hands underneath and are locked. Try to lift those hips nice and high. As you inhale, try to lift a little higher. Use that buttocks, and exhale, release. This is one of the counter poses to the seated forward bend. Strengthening for the whole body, legs, opening the hips and the chest. When you're ready, gradually coming down. Bring your knees into the chest. As you exhale, Ukatasana, inhale, legs up, arms up to your place. You want to add on, exhale, touching the toes down to the ground. And bringing the knees into the chest. At the end of the exhale, inhale, legs up. This works with that mula bandha, that root lock. Further away your toes are, the harder. When you're complete, you can stay hugging your knees, or you can stretch your legs out and rest. When you're ready, inhale, arms coming up to Taka Mudra. Exhale, one leg coming up, then the opposite leg if you like. Inhale, lengthening, point the toes as well. It's kind of nice. Exhale, other leg coming up. Again, you can bend the opposite leg. I usually start with that, and then at some point I might feel loose enough to do it with just the legs straight, and might hold on to the thigh at the end of that exhale. Just get a little more stretch. Classically, you're holding onto the big toe, but that's pretty hard to do. You can tuck the chin in on that inhale, and exhale, release it. This one is great for the legs, the feet, lower back, and if you want to add on a little upper back, you can come up, bring your head towards that knee. This is strengthening for the upper back, neck, and shoulders, so just be careful. That can be hard on the neck. You can add a hold after exhale to that as well. And just finishing up your last round. It's two poses together, Tadaka Mudra and an Ekapada Padangustasana, so classically holding the big toe, modification holding the thigh or the calf.
Just rest for a moment. Your legs can be bent or straight, according to your preference. Notice how you feel. So we do a little bit of hip work. We haven't worked with the hips much today, so let's do that. And a number of you have hip stuff going on. Lying on one side. We'll just finish with this. Stretching one leg long on top, other arm on top, stretching if you can. You can also put a block or pillow under your head and just have your arms in front. Inhale, lengthen, nice and long. I've got that lower leg bent. It can be straight, that's much harder. Exhale, bring your top leg up, hand to your hip. Inhale, lengthen, get that traction of the hip. You can try angling the foot back a little bit. So going back to yoga therapy now. And I'm doing this in part because your hip flexors might be a bit tight from all the seated work that we're doing today. Just keep this going your own timing. Inhale, lengthening, stretching. And exhale, coming up. After you've done 4 to 6, just switch to the other side in your own timing. And then when you finish that, just rest in child's pose or knees to chest Upanasana, okay? So just give you that variation, and then you're going to move into Shavasana for a little rest before we do our final Pranayama. Put the other 2 Pranayamas together we've been working on. Inhale, lengthen. This is called Anantasana. Ananta means harmony, infinite harmony. It's also the name of Lord Vishnu's bed of snakes, which is not too tight, not too loose. It's a very Goldilocks bed. Not too hard, not too soft. Yoga, like Tai Chi, Taoist philosophy, there's a lot of emphasis in the postures combination between strong and soft. It's the same for the mind. We want the mind to be alert and strong and focused through this mind training we're doing, this mind-body training. Doing a lot of nervous system mind training through this work. We've done 6 to 8, just do take a break here. I think I've probably done at least that. And then just rest in your side child. And then perhaps full child or knees to chest. I'm just going to do knees to chest. So we want to cultivate a mind that is strong, yet relaxed. Attentive without being tense. And relaxed without being lazy. This is my teacher D.V. Sridhar's translation of Sthira Sukhasasanam, chapter 246 of the Yoga Sutras. And the next sutra talks about this word ananta, which is one of my favorite words in Sanskrit. It means harmony. It says in order to sink into this sea of infinite harmony within us, we need to cultivate efficiency in action.
by letting go of any unnecessary tension. So think about that in your life. How can you let go of unnecessary tension or struggle or effort, all this efforting, and just relax into it. See how much more efficient you can be in that relaxation. When you're ready, speaking of relaxation, you're going to create some sukha with your body by letting it relax. Just for a couple of minutes, I'm going to do a long Shavasana, just a rest, before we come to our final seated breathing and meditation work. Just observe the rise and fall of the breath. And perhaps scan the body from the feet to the ankles, calves, knees, thighs, weight of the pelvis on the floor, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, weight of the arms into the floor, the weight of the hands, feel the fingers, palms, front of the arms up to the shoulders, the throat, the face, top of the head, let's go down the back body all the way down the back of the head, the neck, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips, legs, heels, feet, rest. It's called a body scan. A great way of building interoception, the ability to feel inside the body how it's doing. When you feel ready, starting to bend the knees and just do some windshield wipers side to side as you exhale and inhale. Or for our last seated meditation, I do invite you to sit in a chair. You do not have to sit on the floor. This is not necessary. I know it's hard to let go of. I'm not at the point where I'm letting go of my sitting on the floor, but maybe one day that day will come and you'll see me teaching from a chair for meditation. I'm not sure. So we don't know when that's going to come, but it is common with aging that sitting on the floor becomes quite uncomfortable. So don't feel any shame around that. It's completely acceptable. All you need is a straight spine. And when you feel complete, just go into your side child for a moment. It's a transition and up to seated. I like to sit on the block. You can sit on a couple. You can sit on a bolster. You can sit with your legs, your spine at a wall. Again, you might want to have a yoga mat or carpet or something under your legs just for comfort again. Just make sure your knees are comfortable, whatever you've chosen. We're going to put this pranayama I've taught you together. It's called Viloma Pranayama. Inhale both nostrils, exhale left nostril. Inhale left, exhale both. Inhale both, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale both. It's like an M. So inhale both, exhale. Okay, I'm going to show your left. Left. Inhale left, exhale both. Inhale both, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale both. Okay, this is called Viloma Pranayama. It's very balancing for the nervous system. For the mind. Pick a ratio that works for you. Inhale 6 to 12 seconds, for example. Exhale the same. Hold after exhale. Half the length of the exhale if you like, to make it more relaxing. If you want it more invigorating, add a hold after inhale. You could have a hold after inhale and exhale as well. Those are the 4 parts of pranayama. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. We're going to do a few rounds, maybe 6. Could be up to 12. keep going. Close the class together at this point. I invite you to keep going if you have time. Again, you could do up to 12 rounds. Just notice how you feel. I've gone into some of the deeper practices of yoga today. After doing a practice like this, you could easily sit and meditate for 15 minutes or even 30 or even an hour. Hands at the heart. Om Shanti together. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much.